It is right of every Filipino to travel. Traveling is one of the most enriching experiences in life. It allows us to discover new places, interesting people, and novel ideas. Good day everyone, good day ma'am. I'm Elaiza Taculod from BSHM3B, and right now I'm going to report chapter 2 of the book The Philippine Tourism Law, entitled The Philippine Constitution. So we have here the learning objectives. First is to identify important provisions in the Philippine Constitution related to tourism and travel. Next is enumerate the rights of travelers as well as entities engaged in the entire tourism, travel, and hospitality industry. And lastly is organize industry research. We have here sample case study, the case of Killjoy Administrator. So we have here the facts of the case of Professor Myra Villamin organized a tour to Boracay to supplement classroom lecture in domestic tourism. However, the Vice President Dr. Leonor Gaspar, upon receipt of Professor Villamin in proposal, even she followed the rules or protocols, Dr. Gaspar disallowed the activity affairs because of the incident happened 10 years ago that resulted drowning accidents with 7 facilities. We have here the problem of the case. First is Professor William organized a supplement travel and tour in Boracay, but Dr. Gaspar disallowed it. Second is the stigma that has not been erased in Dr. Gaspar's mind. And the third is not trusting the professor. Here are some questions about the case. So first is, what are the options of Prof. Villamin should choose to pursue the activity? So since Prof. Villamin followed diligently all school policies on educational tours, observing protocol, proper documentation, and the like, she may opt to apply for a motion for consideration of the activity to the Vice President for Academic Affairs through the help of the program head and the respective college dean, and seek for intervention and recommendation for the Commission on the Higher Education (CHED), whose mandate is to regulate and provide guiding rules in terms of the related activity. So we have here the law. In many instances, communication and correspondence are inevitable in the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry. Because of its daily use, it is important to understand what laws may be applied. So Section 3. The privacy of communication and correspondence shall be inviolable except upon lawful order of the court, or when public safety or order requires otherwise as prescribed by law. 2. Any evidence obtained in violation of these or the preceding section shall be inadmissible for any purposes in any proceeding. So we have here the discussion of the law. Under the Constitution, the term life, of which a person may not be deprived without due process, means more than animal existence. With the emphasis on social economic rights to present, life includes at the very least the right to a decent living. According to Justice Malcolm, liberty means that measure of freedom which may be enjoyed in a civilized community consistently with the peaceful enjoyment of life, freedom in others. Liberty includes the right to be free, to use his faculties in all lawful ways, to live and work where he wills, to earn his livelihood by any lawful calling, to pursue any avocation and for that purpose, to enter into all contracts which may be proper, necessary, and essential to carrying out these purposes. The forms of correspondence and communication that are covered in this provision include letters, telegrams, telephone calls, messages, and the like. Republic Act No. 4200, otherwise known Anti-Right-Tapping Laws, provide penalties for specific violations of the privacy of communication. Under Section 3 of the Act, the court will authorize wiretaps in certain crimes such as treason, espionage, provoking war, and disloyalty in case of war, piracy, mutiny in the high seas, rebellion, conspiracy, and proposal to commit rebellion, inciting to rebellion, sedition, conspiracy to commit sedition, inciting to sedition, kidnapping, and other offenses against national security. Any evidence obtained in violation of the above shall be considered fruit from the poisonous tree, and shall not be admitted as evidence in any administrative or criminal proceeding. To a successful conclusion, Liberty is freedom to do right and never wrong. It is guided by reason and the upright and honorable conscience of the individual. Property is defined as anything which is or may be the object of appropriation, anything which has money value and which is supposed to be within the commerce of man is embraced in the term property. The right to earn one's daily wage and the right to engage in business are like property. Equal protection of the law means persons similarly situated should be similarly treated. So there shall be no favoritism. Benefits of membership in a state as well as burdens should be distributed in equal measure. Uniformity of the treatment should be the rule. Due process of law is a law which hears before it condemns, which proceeds upon inquiry and renders judgment after trial. Due process of law does not necessarily mean a judicial proceeding in the regular courts. The guarantee of due process viewed in its procedural aspect requires no particular form of procedure. It implies due notice to the individual of the proceedings, an opportunity to defend himself, and the problem of the property of the deprivations under the circumstances presented must be resolved in a manner consistent with essential fairness. It means essentially a fair and impartial trial and a reasonable opportunity for the preparation of the defense. We have here the national economy and patrimony, the law. It is important to be informed on some of the constitutional provisions on national economy and patrimony because some are applicable to tourism. So Section 10, the Congress shall upon recommendation of the Economic and Planning Agency, when the national interest dictates, reserve to citizens of the Philippines or to corporations or association at least 60% or 60% of whose capital is owned by such citizens or such higher percentage as Congress may prescribe certain areas of investments. So in the grant of rights, privileges, and concessions covering national economy and patrimony, the state shall give preference to qualified Filipinos. So the state shall regulate and exercise over foreign investments within its national jurisdiction and in accordance with its national goals and priorities. We have here some guide questions, so try to answer the following questions to give you a better understanding of the laws discussed in this chapter. So first is, how important is the right to travel? What happens when a person's right to travel is suspended or curtailed? Second question, why is due process and the equal protection clause important in the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry? And that's the end of my report. Thank you and have a good day.